Welcome to Lubera, the Swiss fruit and berry plant producers and breeders. My name is Markus Kobelt. I'm founder and breeder of Lubera. This is an occasion I'm not talking about one of my children, one of my varieties, but it's of other variety I'm talking to you, and it's rather new. It's a new pear. Normally in pears there are not so many new varieties which are really worth talking about, because most of the pears you find in the supermarkets, but also in the garden, were bred in the 18th and 19th century. And if you are breeding pears nowadays, and we are doing a little bit of breeding, you find always the same genetics again. You find Bon Louis type, you find a conference type, you find a commis type, but it's very difficult to find new things because the genetics of pears are rather small, narrow. But here we have a new variety. It's named Novembra. It comes out of Moldawia. We are multiplicating it since 10 years, so we know it rather well. It's really worth trying also in the home garden, in your garden. What are the characteristics of this variety? It has to be picked about end of September, beginning of October now. Of course, like all pears, at the moment when you are picking it, it's not really ripened. Afterwards, you have to take it in a styrofoam box, and you take it out of the styrofoam box, or you take it directly from here, and you put it in a fruit bowl, and it will be ripening. After the ripening process, this variety will still be a little bit crunchy, so to eat. It's not like a spoon pear or like a commis, where the fruit flesh becomes like butter. It's more crunchy type, like conference, very, very sweet. You see, it's very big. It's big like a commis pear. It's green with a little bit of nice russeting here. And also it has to be big. In the moment the fruits are too many on a tree and the fruit size goes down, the quality also goes down. So be careful that you don't have too many fruits on the tree, and that is possible because this is one of the varieties which is beginning to crop very fast, like a conference pear. In the third year for sure you will have a good crop on your trees. In apples, after the second year you have already a good crop. In pears, normally in the third year you have really a good crop, especially with this variety. Commis is a little bit later, but with this variety you will have a very good crop in the third year. So what's important about this variety? Also the type of tree. It's a rather small tree, not so fast growing, not so vigorous, easy to grow, even easier than a conference pear. So very good for gardening, almost nothing to do. Branches like this will have fruit next year and will come down, so nothing to do for you. Just pick the fruit and control the number of fruit, that you have not too many on the trees and fruit quality goes down. So advantages of this variety: bigger than conference, as fruitful as conference, as easy to grow as conference, and better to store as conference. This variety can be stored without problem till Christmas or even longer in a styrofoam box. If you compare with commis, it's not as butter-like in terms of structure like commis. It's not the spoon pear. It's a more crunchy pear like conference, but it's also as big and very, very sweet. And it's coming into cropping a little bit earlier than commis. Easy to store. These are the advantages of the variety Novembra. Try it out in your garden, plant it, and write your commentaries, your experiences below in the commentaries, and go on gardening.